That was Weeping Birch by Dan Deacon off of his 2020 album Mystic Familiar. I've listened to a little bit of Dan Deacon before. I was into him like kind of before 2010. I listened to there was an album that came out that I really enjoyed, but I haven't really heard much since then. That was pretty cool, just like some kind of psychedelic, like electronic sounds. Sorry if you hear vigorous dog chewing in the background. My dogs are both chewing on some bones. They'll get bored soon. I do these videos when I have the time to do the videos, unfortunately, and I don't have a lot of time without them being noisy. Anyway, we're listening to that today because we have a song from Magnetic Fields from 2020 up in competition today. Hi, my name is Bean, and you're watching Battle of the Band. We're on day 38 of the Magnetic Fields Part 2 tournament, and that is match 32 in round 2. That's a lot of twos. If you're new here and you're wondering what a Magnetic Fields Part 2 tournament is, let me fill you in on that first. We took every single song that the Magnetic Fields released between the years 2000 and 2024, and we threw them into a single elimination style tournament. Now, those songs are doing battle until we have one remaining in the end, and that's the very best song that the Magnetic Fields released from 2000 to 2024. The reason we picked that specific time period is that the Magnetic Fields have too many songs for one tournament, so we already covered the first half of their discography, which was all of their 90s work, in a previous tournament. So make sure you check that out. Today we're going to be starting off with I Die, which was released on I in 2004. This song got a bye through the first round, so this will be our first time listening to it. This is the opening track of the album, and according to Genius.com, it features Stephen Merritt's vocals, Sam Duvall on cello, and John Woo on banjo. I'm not sure if I mispronounced Mr. Duvall's name. It could be Davol. Devol? I don't know. Duvall sounds right. There aren't any other notes on Genius.com, so we're just going to have to listen to this one and see how it is. Both songs are fairly short, about the same length, actually. It's competition today. It also got a bye through the last round, so it'll be our first time listening to this one, too. And that is The Biggest Tits in History, released on Quickies in 2020. Genius.com has an annotation on here. It says, Stephen Merritt, principal songwriter and performer in the Magnetic Fields, says that I had the title kicking around for a very long time, and then I read something that had a picture of a tit. And it was adorable, which I guess gave me the idea for how I could possibly write a song that would correspond to the title. So the entire song is basically a rationalization of the title getting more and more specific and technical. So tit in this context is the bird tit. I'd imagine it's most likely going to have just some double entendres, maybe calling other body parts birds. I can imagine. We'll have to see what it does. Like I said, both of these songs are fairly short. Let's just go ahead and get into them. Here's I Die.
I die when you walk by, so beautiful and strong. Each day you pass my way in your bubble where nothing goes wrong. You think your youth a permanent truth, but here's a tear for your eye, having forgotten how to cry. I die. having forgotten how to cry. I died.
That was a sweet little ditty, very simple. Just kind of a little bit of balladry going on there with a little instrumental in there. I liked it. Let's see how it compares to the biggest tits in history.
She's got the biggest hits in history. She loves to show them round. They're bigger than her chickadees. They each weigh half a pound. She told me she's got 4 of them, but I've seen only 3. And those were, I'm quite sure, the biggest tits in history. Your average tit weighs half an ounce. That's if you feed him well. But she's got ways to make tits bouncy, baby boys from hell. She majored in biology. She knows where she speaks. You know her tits are happy from their smiling little beaks. She's working for the government. She's breeding them for clones to use them on the battlefield for intercepting drones. Her mother did the same work. It's all through her family tree. And that's why Lola's got the biggest tits in history. Tits in history. Tits in history.
Biggest tits in history. Very obviously birds when you're looking at the lyrics. I like the last verse, how they talk about why she has the biggest tits in history. She's been breeding them for clones to use on the battlefield for intercepting drones. That's why she's breeding these gigantic birds. That's a good boob joke. I'm gonna go with the biggest tits in history for my winner today. I thought I Die was a pretty nice little song, but you know, it's just kind of a nice way to lull you into the album. I hope the song that follows this one, Oh Yeah, I Don't Believe You, yeah, is a lot more lively. So this is kind of like, you know, almost it's not an interlude, a prelude to the album. It was good, but I still enjoyed the biggest hits in history a little bit better myself. Like this video if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share it with anyone you know who might be into this kind of content, and let me know down in the comments which of these 2 songs you would have chosen if it were you in the hot seat today. That's all the Magnetic Fields Part 2 action we've got going for the day, but please join me in just a little bit when we get down with our The Smiths tournament action of the day. Until then, I hope you all have a great night, fantastic afternoon, and a wonderful morning. Thanks for watching. Bye.